Hey everybody, hope and pray that you're doing well today as we come to our word from the word. And today that word is honest. Honest. Now, honesty is the best policy, right? And that's what we hear. But at the same time, how often are we questioning whether or not somebody's being honest with us? Thankfully, we don't have to worry about anything that God tells us. We know that He is truth. So there's not a lie anywhere near Him. But yet Satan is the not only a liar, but he is the father of lies. He's the originator of lies. So we know right there where we can go when we need an honest viewpoint, an honest word. But today we're looking at David in his prayer, giving an honest report to the Lord. And I think sometimes, even as we know that we can confess our sins to God, I can't help but wonder how often we kind of sugarcoat what we're even admitting, like God doesn't already know. And so here, if you look in this passage today in 2 Samuel chapter 24, you basically have that David has done taken a census of all of the military. And it seems as though, just by context and looking at the passage, it seems as though, one, he knows it's wrong after the fact, and that's what we're going to see today. But it's also as if he was putting more trust in the numbers and the size of his army than he was putting his trust in the Lord. And sometimes, even when God blesses us and maybe he's blessed you and you begin to be comfortable in what you have and you start relying on the things that God has blessed you with, or even the people around you, you begin to put more trust in them than you do in God. So this is a great warning for us all to not only be honest with God, but to be honest with ourselves. In 2 Samuel chapter 24, we're just looking at verse 10 today. It says, "And David's heart condemned him after he had numbered the people. So David said to the Lord, I have sinned greatly in what I have done, but now I pray, O Lord, take away the iniquity of your servant, for I have done very foolishly." Love that after this, if you read the rest of the passage, God gives him a choice of essentially what his punishment's going to be. Not that we always get that opportunity, but it is something to see. So I encourage you to read that as well. But today I want the focus for us all to be, will you be honest with the Lord? Will you be honest? When we know that not every bit of suffering comes from sin, a specific sin. We talked about this even recently in our revival through the book of Job, that Job was blameless. He wasn't perfect, but he was blameless. And so there are things that are allowed to happen just even when we're right in the middle of God's will, knowing that he has a purpose behind it all. But here, as we see that the people were going to suffer, and it was directly because of David's sin. It was directly because he had, as I said a moment ago, that he was putting more faith in the numbers than he was in God. But there's many times where David tries to run and hide from what he's done. We see this especially with Bathsheba. He continues to try to cover it up and cover it up and cover it up, and then his whole plan just really falls apart. And then it blows up in his face. That's like our plans most of the time. But here I believe that we see even the maturity of David in the fact that he realized that he was wrong and he said, I have acted foolishly. Let's just get this out of the way now. Lord, you tell me what I need to do. You tell me exactly how I can make this right. And maybe today you're going through something and you have in the back of your mind that there's probably some sin in your life that has caused that problem. Well, don't try to guess and guess what it may be. Spend time in the Word. Spend time in prayer, talking to the Lord, asking Him to reveal it to you. Now, yes, He may not speak with an audible voice that you can hear, but I guarantee you that if you come honestly seeking Him and being honest with Him, even though He already knows, God will reveal exactly what He would have you to do, and exactly what may be wrong, what part of your life may need working on, or even if there's a part that is nothing wrong, but God is doing like Job, and He's strengthening you, He's molding you and making you who He wants you to be. At the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to be honest with the Lord, and then ask Him, as David did so many times, Lord, search my heart. Show me the error of my ways. Let's be honest with Him, because we know He'll be honest with us. God bless you, and I pray you have a great, great day.